Hello everybody and welcome to the stream. We're going to be playing Graveyard Keeper today. So I'm hoping that you guys aren't super duper familiar with this, just because it's a really cool game to like see for the first time together. Let's see. Not sure why it's suddenly not capturing this. Alright, hold on. Doesn't like my headphones. Here we go. We'll just do it this way. But I hope that you guys are kind of new to this game, because not only is it really cool, but it's fairly unique as well. There we go. Alright, you guys should be able to hear that fine now. Great. So let's go ahead and get started. I do actually have quite a few hours in this game. So I am familiar with the things that we would normally do and kind of how the story has been going. But this game, it takes a long time for you to really get anywhere as far as the story goes, just because the missions that you're given are generally more difficult to complete early on in the game. But we'll do a little bit of a tour and then we'll go ahead and kind of get started on what's next. So this is our cottage here. We can make food over there. We'll get to the cellar here in a little bit. But this is my work yard, so I've got all sorts of things here. We've got a furnace, a pottery wheel, an anvil, multiple places for cutting wood into different things, sawing wood. We've got a couple different wood cutters and a carpenter's bench that allows us to take the raw materials that we have created into, planks or bits of stone or whatever, and lets us actually craft them into things. We also have a couple stockpiles for materials, and then over here we have a vine press, which is still fairly new for me, but we use it to make buckets of juice from grapes and berries and stuff like that, and we can then use those buckets of juice to make wine and various other kind of alcoholic drinks. This is my farm. So there isn't really anything planted here right now. I don't like to have things constantly growing because my farm box is very full. And it just becomes a hassle, and you have to make a ton of trips to town in order to keep that going, and I don't do that. This isn't like some other similar games where there's constant things that you can do to improve your relationship with the villagers. It's very mission based, so if you don't have the items to fulfill a mission, there's almost no point in going to town unless you want to sell stuff, and it takes a little while to get to and from town, so I don't do it very often. This is the morgue. So as the graveyard keeper, it's my responsibility to handle whatever remains there are from people who have unfortunately passed away in the village. So this is kind of where I take care of those bodies and do the autopsy and all that kind of stuff. It also allows me to remove quite a few different parts from the bodies and use them. Use them. This is my sidekick Jerry. He is not actually that useful. but he showed us the ropes a little bit when it came to handling the dead. This here is my alchemy shop, as well as my writing studio. So we've got all these different alchemy stations and storages over here, and then at my desk I can create, notes and chapters and books out of stories that I find or that I make, and I can use those to either complete quests, to come up with more prayers, which we'll get to in a second, or I can study the material and get points for science, which I can then use at my study table to study things. And when I study things, as you can see here, I get some like little colored gems, and I use those colored gems to unlock more abilities in the game. So you can see I have quite a lot unlocked already, and we're doing good things, but it's still gonna be a while because until all of that is under my belt, just because the things that are left generally take quite a few things. Here I have my church workbench. There's some more alchemy stuff over here, but at the church workbench, we make things for the church. This is where we make our paper, and it's also for some reason where we make our fertilizer for the garden. So you might be wondering, alchemy, lab, church, like how do those two go together? Well, this is the church up here. I actually run the church. I am the friar, I believe is what my title is for the church. So every Sunday I come in here and I host a prayer, and people come in and they compensate me with pieces of faith, which I can use in my alchemy lab and with my writing, and they also make donations, so that's where I get a decent amount of money from. There are tons and tons of different kinds of prayers that all do different sorts of things, whether it be getting lots of money, getting lots of faith, getting protection, extra attack, or better results from farming for a certain amount of time. Lots and lots and lots of different options. All the furniture in here I have put in myself and built. So all of the little numbers here you see are quality points, and you can see kind of what that means up there in the top right hand corner. The higher the quality, then the better the results of my sermon. Another cool thing is that I have a little confession booth here, and sometimes there will be a person in here and I can come and let them confess to me, and I will get some extra faith and usually a story, which is way, way cool. This is the graveyard. So the game is called Graveyard Keeper. So this is the graveyard. This is where you bury the bodies after you're done. Although I have actually stopped burying bodies because I want all of the insides for my blasphemous experiments. So I've actually stopped burying bodies. Also, I don't find it a very prudent way to get quality points for my graveyard. So once again, you can look right up there in the top right hand corner, and you'll see a quality meter. And I've actually started cremating people so I can make these cool urn mausoleums. But in this game, the church is in charge of everything. So any kind of expansion I want, any sort of extra rights that I want to have, I have to buy them from the church. So that's kind of instead of having like a local government or anything like that, there isn't really an antagonist in this game that I have found anyway. But all of the underground passages connect to each other, so I can go from my cellar to the alchemy lab and to the morgue and all of that. It's really nice and convenient. I did have to clear all of those passages of blockages, but it's still nice. Okay, so we've done something of a tour. So let's go ahead and see what we have to do. I'm just gonna go ahead and put some of this stuff away because I don't actually like carrying a bunch of stuff around with me. But there is a dungeon, so you can go fight stuff, and you can go fishing. So if you like Harvest Moon or stuff like Stardew Valley, things like that, you'll probably like this game. It's just a little bit macabre. But this is our cellar. This is where we make our wine and our beer. That stuff. And this is where I also keep a lot of the vital organs that I pull out of bodies. So I just want to see here what we might want to focus on today. It's always good to have a goal. We could see about getting some more of these points. We could also see about completing some of these quests. And like making stuff. So that's always a good thing. So we have a diary we need to get, or to take. We already have the diary. We need to take a bottle of wine, and we need to grow pumpkins, but we don't actually have enough seeds to do that yet. So we might go into town, pick up some pumpkin seeds, because I do have quite a few of them. And what day is it? Okay, we're going to go ahead and sleep. This is how you recuperate your health and your stamina for free. You can also eat stuff or drink stuff, although whether it be hilariously or not, in this game the items that actually heal you the most are booze. Don't ask me why, because I do not know. Speaking of, where is my wine? Am I keeping it down here now? Oh yes, I think I am. We just got a whole bunch of new stuff, so we'll take the wine, and we're gonna go ahead and look here to see if I put the diary over here, because I do remember getting it. I just don't know what happened to it, unless it went into some special can't touch it sort of place. That's fine though if it did. Okay, so you can see here there's faith there. This is the prayer that I use. It's the prayer for prosperity. It gives me a lot of money, and a decent amount of faith, especially now that my church quality is up. Now we can make an alchemy bench, number 2, alchemy bench 2. And this actually does take quite a few materials, but we can get started on the glass, the complex glass bottles, before it's daytime. Aha, here we go. There's somebody in confessional. So we got a bronze story, and we got 1 faith. So excellent. I love free stories, even though now we can make them ourselves. They're kind of expensive to make on your own, and it's not like they're super rare either. So I just kind of go with it. But we're gonna pay the donkey to bring us some bodies, because I need some more. And we do that with 10 carrots. He was bringing them to us for free, but apparently once we started like actually making something of ourselves, we were called capitalist scum, and now we have to pay for the delivery of, we're actually gonna go this way. No, I changed my mind, we're gonna go this way. You have to pay for the delivery of bodies, but you don't pay the dude who owns the donkey. You pay the donkey with carrots, and in return he poops all over your pathway. Not a very nice donkey. So we've got some vegetables. This is the Inquisitor right here. So we might actually, it might be a good idea to take some burgers up there, because we just opened a buffet stand to serve beer and burgers at the next witch burning. This game is just, it's a wonderful mixture of morbid and you know, just a farce. And I'm not sure if they knew which one they wanted to be, but good wine is my friend. Here's a story. Oh, I see. We can just get as many stories as we want then. Where did he go? Am I blind here? Where did he go? Oh, there he is. I swear he used to be on the left. So that's all done. That's taken care of. Let's go ahead and see if the farmer is around. And then maybe we'll take some burgers up to the witch burning. The Inquisitor is up there once a week. He's not always burning a witch, although the first time we saw him up there he was. But we just provided a bunch of wine and such for his guards. So here we go. Take all those, and then we want pumpkin seeds. It takes 4 seeds for a patch, which kind of sucks, especially because they don't always give back 4. Sometimes they give back 5, but more often than not they give back 3. Which is a little frustrating, but you know, what are you gonna do? The game really wants you to fertilize, and the peat that I normally use is what gets me the minimal amount of seeds that I get now. So it's not ideal. But we're gonna go ahead and put these away. There we are. Now we have enough for 3 patches. I'm not gonna plant them right now, just because we're under a little bit of a time crunch to get where we need to go. I'm gonna go ahead and take these burgers. We haven't made any beer yet, so we can't take beer, but I'm hoping that they'll let us open the buffet without it, because our next task is to serve burgers at the witch burning. So we'll see. The Inquisitor is up here. We didn't initially have access to this area. Not that there's anything particularly great about this area, it's just that this is where the game ends, because there's supposedly a portal up here on Witch Hill. So we'll see. Oh, I need gold star burgers. Well, that's a bummer. Look at the tent! Isn't it awesome? Good, the people are going to love this, and you'll probably earn a lot of money. Yes, monsieur. You know, at first I thought you were kind of shady, like you might be a problem. I had this strange feeling that you didn't belong here. But now it seems like you've blended in just fine. You do what you've been asked to do, and profit means everything to you. I believe there's a place for a person like you in our future world. In the world we're going to build in the town, the world of pure faith. Ha! One day. One day. The audience is gathering. Do your part well, and I will do mine. Excellent. So the Inquisitor totally digs us, even though right now we can't actually do anything for him. We don't have any outstanding goals. We just have to get better food, I guess, to make gold burgers. And that is the bell for a body being dropped off by the donkey. We're gonna run into him here in a second. On his way back. There he is. Rude donkey. He started out cool. He's not cool anymore, but he just drops the bodies down this hatch that I repaired. And voila! Here it is. So we take it over to our preparation table, and the white and red skulls are meters for like grave quality. We're not concerned about that because, like I said, we've been cremating everybody. So I just take whatever I want, which is most things. Unfortunately, the hearts and the intestines don't stack, so I haven't been taking those recently. But everything else is like a total go. You can even, now that I have a stamp, once you get a royal stamp, you can actually wrap the meat that you get from this in paper and give it a wax seal and sell it to the town for money. So that's kind of, it's entertaining. You can do it for a long time. Like I just started being able to do that not very long ago. But we just bring the body down here, plop it down, and set it on fire. Okay, we can take this stuff inside because it all has places to go. So this used to be a wall right here. We got rid of it, thank goodness. Like these tunnels are much smaller, I feel, than the outside area, which means that getting from place to place is a lot easier. Okay, I don't recall, did I put the blood over here? No, but I did put the bones over here. And I try and keep things as organized and separated as possible to where they are, where it just makes the most sense. So the fat and the skin go over here because I use the fat to make candles and I use the skin to make paper. So that's kind of how that works. And then we can come down here and we can hand mix the brain for some life solution, which we then put over here on our alchemy shelf because this here is our alchemy bench. This is our shelf here, so it's got all of the different things that we generally use. I'm actually going to move the health potions because that's a completed item and it doesn't need to be there. That shelf is for ingredients only. We can move our skull over here. I just been housing the skulls and the hearts and intestines over here until I can find something to do with them. But we have 5 skulls now, so this is kind of fun. I can show you guys the entrance to the dungeon, and it's supposed to be like this ancient, not catacomb, but like multi-floor religious study area. But it's also apparently the resting place of a sealed demon from the old world. I don't know what these decorations do yet. I don't know what the sacrifice zone quality does right now. But since we have the materials and we're not doing anything else with the skulls, we may as well just kind of, you know, put them up for decoration's sake. Now we have the meat. So the meat actually goes into the house because we can not only wrap it and sell it, but we can also cut it up and grill it. And that's where we got our burgers, actually, is from doing that. So it's great. I do want to take some of this food, though, to use. There we are. A very limited space in here, so ooh, it's astrologer day, so we're gonna actually run out to the lighthouse and see if we are keeping the diary somewhere in the ether. If it'll just like automatically give it to him, if the game was like, they might do something with this, like break it down. We're just gonna keep it in the code until it's time to do something with it. So I probably could have brought some fishing lures and shown you guys how those work, but you don't really need bait to go fishing. It does affect which types of fish you can get, as well as the likelihood of getting each of those fish, but it's not really a necessary thing. Plus, while we're out here, we can get some apples. It's one of the things I still have no clue about in this game, is how to get apple trees. I have no idea, but out here there are apple trees, so whenever I come out here, I do a little bit of gathering. And it's only the ones with 2 apples on the bottom that are red. Kind of an interesting thing. Here we go. Wait. Uh-oh. What did I do with the diary? I know I got it. Crap. Now I'm gonna have to, like, search everywhere and try and find it. Which I won't be able to do by the time... I won't be able to do that and come back. So let's go fishing. And we'll worry about the astrologer next week. After we find the diary. But I do want to show you guys what fishing looks like in this game. It's not my favorite system, but you can see, yes, you can see on this blue scale, there's 3 different sections, and each section has 3 different types of fish that you can potentially hook. There's a percentage under each one that tells you with your current rod and bait selection what the odds are for getting either one or any of them. So we've got anchovy, we've got eel, we've got tuna. There's plenty of different options. So let's do here, because this one actually has 3 different options versus the other ones that only have 2 that are available right now. And you don't get an exclamation point, you just have to wait for the bobber to bob a little bit, just like that. And then there's no joystick control here, it's all just the A button. It's all the A button, and your A button pushes the bar upward, so you have to be a little bit careful. It is a little messier. If you've played Stardew Valley, it emulates that a lot, but it doesn't feel as smooth as it might otherwise. So that's kind of what fishing looks like. There are multiple places that you can fish, so we're way over here on the beach. But there's a place in town that you can fish. There's multiple places by, like over here, there's one right there by the waterfall. There's one up by the quarry. So you have quite a few different options as far as that goes. And we have another body. That's the thing about the donkey, is he doesn't actually wait. He doesn't wait for you at all. If you have paid the carrots, then he will continue to bring you bodies until the carrots run out or your morgue space becomes full. So it's depending on the size of your morgue and how often you call him, you could be dealing with quite a few bodies at a time if you're not careful. Okay, I'm gonna go put these away and then we'll head down. I still need to find that freaking diary. Is it in here at all? I don't see it, so probably not. Okay, we'll put the apples in here. And I keep the fish outside because there's just too many of them, like too many different kinds to keep in the house. If I want to make fish fillets, I just bring them in. Okay. Let's just make sure the diary isn't in here. We want to be thorough. Because the diary isn't there anymore where it started. I would be very upset if somehow it glitched out, but I'm imagining I just put it somewhere and forgot that that's where I put it. Most likely over here on the scroll shelf. Nope. Oh dear. It might have glitched out of my game, which would be so sad. Can't imagine why it would do that. I suppose there's also a possibility that I decomposed it, but that doesn't seem right. I don't understand why it would allow you to do that. Let's go back over this way. Because this is where the diary was supposed to be. Oh, I think I remember what happened. I picked it up and then my inventory was full. So here it is. Crisis averted. That could have been bad times. It's just been laying there, hiding underneath the desk. So I am actually gonna put it on the scroll shelf over here, so I don't lose it. And now we're gonna go handle that body. Get that all prepped. But like I said, I don't actually bury anybody anymore. It's too much trouble. It's too expensive as far as materials go, because you have to make a gravestone. You have to make a grave fence thingy, and then you have to upkeep. So you're constantly having to repair all of it, and the body has to be like this would be ideal, like right here. Four white skulls, bam, perfect. I don't think I could actually get it above that at this point in time. But for me right now, like this is probably the best body that I could get. But it's a lot of space for only 4 graveyard quality points. So I just don't bother with it. The cremation stands are super cheap. It takes like 3 logs to make those. And then you get ash, you get salt, which is pretty helpful. So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's more cost effective, and it's just more sensible to cremate them. Plus, my graveyard's gonna be way cool. Like, it may not be quite as quintessential as some other folks' graveyard, but if we're going for maximum, like, oomph with our graveyard, then I do feel like cremation is probably the best way to go. It'll take a little bit longer, but that's okay. Because each each memorial thingy-mabob takes 12 bodies to actually like build. And you have to make the urns, but the urns don't take hardly anything. It's like clay to make bowls, and then you take the bowls and you make jugs. And then you take jugs and some white powder, and wham bam, you have porcelain jugs. Alright, I just need some white powder. Oh, and today is our church day. Where is the white powder anyway? Maybe I left it up there. But we are going to go ahead and grab our prayer, our sermon topic. Now that we're done with this body, I'll just move him out to the burning post. We have some stuff to collect out here anyway. Bam. Okay, so I'm gonna do the sermon and show you guys what that actually looks like. It's kind of cool. It was a little bit underwhelming the first few times, just because my church was kind of garbage. But now it's got some nice decorations. We've got plush pews. It's great. And it's not even upgraded yet. So we start the sermon, and a bunch of pious people come in, hang out. Our church is super great. They're all like, yeah, it is. And then they throw faith at me. Let us pray for this blessing. And this will look different depending on what prayer you've chosen. So a different symbol will appear. Now we ask for donations. Everybody's just like, great job, man. We love coming here. Keep up the good work. And then everybody lines up, makes donations. I collect a blessing of commerce, which is worth 1 silver piece to any vendor. And this kind of gives me a rundown. So we had 17 people come. We got a total of 10 faith, 3 bonus faith, 7 base. And we got like 3 silver, which is nice. So we got 17 silver now. Awesome. And we are actually going to go back out this way. That's the bishop there. So he's been kind of helping us out a little bit. Not a huge bit, but, you know, a little bit. He's also a vendor, so we can sell prayers to him that we make that we don't want anymore. But we need this title thingy in order to upgrade the church. So you can buy candles and cookies and incense. Lots of cool stuff from this guy. It's all very expensive, but anybody will buy the blessing of commerce that, you know, trades. So it's kind of nice. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and put our prayer away. And go back up into the cottage because we want to make 2 more porcelain urns. And that's where we do it. Put the meat away and the salt and the burial certificates, which are also worth money, by the way. But only to the tavern keeper. You can't sell them to anybody. Okay, we got the ash. We have jugs in here. I think that they're actually outside now. And our white powder is up here as well. Excellent. So I want 2 porcelain pitchers, but I need more fuel. So we'll add some fuel, which you can see the little flame marker there in the top right of the window. Adds to the power of the furnace that we have. And for the porcelain pitchers, it takes 35 power per. So we needed 70, so we'll just have it go ahead and make those. And I'm actually gonna start planting some stuff here, because that sounds like a good plan. First, we need our peat, because this right now is the only fertilizer that we have. It's not the best, but it's certainly better than nothing. So that's what these little signs mean, that there's a fertilizer happening. Okay, we want cabbage. We want let's say beet seeds. Beet. And we'll say carrot seed, yes. We definitely need more carrots, that is a fact. Here we're gonna say pumpkin. Because we do actually need pumpkin for a witch in the woods. If you can believe that. We want our lentils here because they need the sticks. We'll put our onions here like normal. We don't really need any wheat right now. We've got lots of wheat. So I'm actually going to plant a silver onion here. I don't think we need anything else. So we'll just leave it there. But I do want my grape seed, so we're gonna go plant some more grapes. Although, hold on a second. I distinctly remember purchasing gold grape seeds. It could just be that with my current fertilizer level, gold star seeds can't give me gold star results. That could be entirely the case, that there's multiple metrics. Oh wait, never mind. Maybe never mind. Yes, never mind. Okay, excellent. We actually have 10, not 10, we have 8 gold seeds, which I don't know. Oh, I did bring the peat, excellent. That means that we can actually just replant immediately, which is fantastic. Okay, here we go. Grapes, grapes, and grapes. Gold grapes. Bam, there it is. Okay, now, all of those things are happening. The grapes we can make pie with, we can make wine with. It's pretty neat. Everything else we can just do random stuff with in the house. I should put this stuff away before we go to bed. It's not like we've expended much energy today anyway. Hopefully our pictures will be done. Yes, they are. Perfect. Okay, so now we're gonna make the funeral urns. There we go. And you can see every time I make something, I get some of those colored points. Depending on what the item is, I will get, you know, some of one color or other. Anytime I chop a tree or clear a bush, anything like that, I will get some. Not a lot, but some. Perfect. So now we have 5 of those. I think we should make some paper. Our bat wings are starting to take up a lot of space. And it'll use up some of our energy. We gotta do something. So you can see with the paper, it's just 1 point of red. There we go. And we have a little more space in here, so, oh wait, I don't actually think I keep paper in here anymore. This is the one thing about separation, just sometimes when you're used to one thing, I think I am gonna keep these in here. Just because they're not processed and ready to be used, so we're just gonna leave them in there. I would be interested in actually coming across a vendor with hop seeds, because we haven't so far. I'm wondering if I have to like go into town, or you know what the requirement would be to find that. Because I don't know. But you know something I think would be fun for right now is to grab some healing potions and show you guys the dungeon. Unfortunately, there is no like redoing of any floor levels, which is something of a bummer, because they're just like crammed full of like cool stuff. And I don't know why I went this way. I wish that you could go through and like, you know, continue to farm the things on each floor, and you can find seeds and all sorts of cool stuff down there, but oh well. So we're currently on floor 8. I don't know how deep this goes. I've never asked. But you can break stuff and get metal scraps and, you know, bits of different things, as well as alchemy ingredients. Woo! Oh my goodness! Okay, so we have a new enemy. Or just random things. Okay, just random balls of electric power. So we just have to make sure that we're dodging them in good time. So the bats all lunge, and you can dodge them fairly easily, but these ones leave a trail, so it can be a little bit more difficult. Because the trail also hurts you. And it is helpful to keep in mind that swinging your sword does actually cost energy. Which is why it's really important to not only have healing items, but also have energy replenishing items. Because if you like run out of energy down here, you are a little bit SOL, honestly. Cause it doesn't come back either. Like you don't just like magically have it getting better all the time. Alright, I think we're actually doing kind of okay. Oh, there's a spider. I hate these spiders. We have to get him a little more out here in order to fight him. There we go. Duck and dodge. If you can dodge a spider, you can dodge a ball. Here we go. Oh, there's so many slimes. Thank you, slime, for blocking the bat with your body. I'm actually gonna use one of these. Now that I can somewhat easily make healing potions at home, finally. Ooh, it's one of these guys. Okay, here we go. So these guys are weird little ninjas held together with bloody nails for some reason. We don't really know why, but they are. See what I mean? You gotta have energy restoring stuff. Ooh, a silver vein. Don't mind if I do. There we are. Not too bad. Sometimes I do try and like position it so that it I can like hit items in the environment while hitting enemies, or at least like hit multiple enemies at once so that you're getting as much bang for your buck as possible. But you know, we don't need to worry so much about that right now. Also, all of these flies dump like crazy cool powders. So basically, like all the powder in my alchemy shelf came from frickin'... Alright, this isn't good. We don't want both of them. There we go. Come here, little bat. There we go. So it does take a little bit of like drawing them out sometimes, because being mobbed is not what you want. HP does not last for very long in this, so you have to be pretty careful about it. And you can't go down another level until you've like killed absolutely everything. Ooh, I haven't seen that before. Another spider. We'll see if we need that. Come on, Spooter. There we go. Nice! This is excellent. This is actually going really well. I think you guys might be my good luck charm. I'm not gonna lie. Need a technology? What? I thought I had the technology. See, this is like one of my criticisms of the game, is that you can unlock things and then still not be able to use them. It's very odd. Okay, so we've got a lot of stuff happening right here. Oh crap! We're out! We're out! There we are. Another Spooter. Here we go. Nope, he got me. This is why we need to be over here. But these hallways are so long! I'm actually gonna use one of these. I did not expect this particular floor to go for so far. There, we got 2 spider webs from that one. Good. He gave us some trouble. Might as well compensate us for the healing crap we had to use. But there's also another one. So you see, you can actually like break everything that's down here, which is kind of cool. Although it also means that you run out of space real quickly. Come on, you. There we are. He keeps getting me. He gets me! And it looks like our inventory is super full. I'm actually gonna get rid of the ceramic bowl. We're gonna use another one of those, and we're gonna eat another lasagna. The heck was that? Okay, this looks like it's the end. Thank goodness. We had quite a bit of a hard time with this particular room. We don't need the flitch. Like, flitch is super easy to get, so there are certain things down here that I don't prioritize at all. But I am very interested in why I can't mine this. Do I need an upgraded tool? I don't know if there are any more upgraded tools. If there are more upgraded tools, then they're in one of these question mark boxes. Let's just have a look. See, like, this is regular tools. Like normally, you start out with rusty tools, and these are iron tools, steel tools. There's nothing else over here, so like, I don't understand. Like, can I not gather them at all until I unlock this one? Because that would seem pretty cruddy to me. Like, I've already unlocked gathering, so like, what's the issue? I don't know. I suppose it's best just not to think about it. This floor will remain empty. So when I do have whatever it is that I need to do that, I can always just come down here and grab it. So now you can see I've unlocked level 9. So that is something that I can do. But we took quite the beating down there. So I'm going to go ahead and put this stuff away and send the poor graveyard keeper to bed. Because that was a little rough. Just a smidge. So I always put the bat wings in here because we can make paper with them. And we'll put the silver in here, the healing potions in here, the bloody nails, and then we're gonna go ahead and put all the powder, assuming that we can put all the powder, into the alchemy shelf. The electric powder is definitely new, and we'll put our blue slime, which we're gonna have to figure out something to do with, as well as our spooter webs. And then we have a couple other things to put outside, and our diligent graveyard keeper will have earned his bed. Most definitely have earned his bed. Poor guy. Let's see. Yes, lasagna in here. And anything that's like a raw material, whoops, or you know, a component of larger items, I usually keep out here. Just because in each area that you're in, you can pull from any of the trunks in that area, which is why I can like open this one and see everything in the other place, and when I go to plant things, I can pull from either trunk. But this is how we make fertilizers, by this thing right there. Or at least that's how we make peat, which is the basic fertilizer. Alright, to bed. Poor dude. But you'll see that he's getting, you know, health restored as well as energy restored. So he'll wake up good as new, fully restored, even if it's in the middle of the night. And in this game, sleeping is how you save. Although you don't have to sleep the whole night if you want to. You can sleep for as little time as you want to if you just want to save, which is kind of nice. I do enjoy that, where it's not just like, oh, it's the end of the day. You can be awake whenever you want. It's just once you've been awake for a certain amount of time, the game starts sapping your energy to motivate you to go to bed. So you do have to go to bed at some point, but it can be, you know, whenever you want. But as far as that goes, I do think we are going to wrap things up for today. Thank you all so much to folks who stopped by, to those of you who have been hanging out, lurking around. I hope that you enjoyed Graveyard Keeper. I have been very much enjoying it. My name is Cassie. And hopefully I'll be seeing you all again soon. We've got quite a game selection to choose from here. But if you're interested in indie games, in, you know, smaller studios, or if you're just looking for unique titles, definitely hit that follow button and check us out when we're live, because you never know what might pop up that we're going to be playing. So thank you all so much for hanging out. Mwah! And we'll see you next time, okay?